Hello and welcome back to the Midlands Outdoors channel, back with another video today. Here we are on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal, what goes all the way to the top, up to this way, what I've never covered before. So you can just see on the picture where it actually leads to, up to the Trent and Mersey Canal. It is a very long route and it goes 46 miles. Just imagine cycling all of that from Stourbridge, heading that way. It must take a bit of time. But there is some lovely canal sections onto it as you journey further down. You've got all the trees and you've got all the beautiful surroundings because it's more into the countryside compared to the other way what I've been before. But what a lovely place. There's so much history down here, but look at the view right away in front. The Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal is a navigable narrow canal in Staffordshire and Worcestershire in the Midlands. It is 46 miles long, linking the River Severn at Stourport in Worcestershire with the Trent and Mersey Canal at Haywood Junction by Great Haywood. The principal engineer was James Brindley and the date of completion was in 1771. It has some very beautiful scenery stretching to parts of the countryside with alleys of trees as shown in the video in a little while, and some beautiful views of the fields right away into the distance. You can also link to the Birmingham Canal navigations at Haywood Junction to go all the way through to the Black Country, then Birmingham. Join me in this video as we explore parts of the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal in the beautiful countryside, heading all the way up to Swindon. So here we are onto the first section of the canal. We've got a sign here saying Birmingham and Stourbridge, which goes all the way up to there, so that actually leads to the Stourbridge Canal. So that section there where the Stourton Bridge is goes all the way to Kidderminster, then to Stourport, so we'll be covering another video on Stourport at a later date. We've got the River Stour that comes all the way down from where I live in Haywood Junction, goes all the way through Stourbridge, then leads this way to go forward to the River Severn. The River Stour goes all the way around that back end. We've got the Stourton Castle which sits right away at the back, and you can sort of get a little bit of a view of the very old bridge going all the way across. It is making me wonder, some of these are actually possibly built in the 1800s, very old style brick leading all the way across. But look at that for a view with the bridge and also the stew pony what lies right away at the back. So if you've not seen the last video then definitely go and check it out. But let's go and journey all the way down the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal and let's go and see what we can see. So right, here we are. This is where the River Stour goes under the canal. So this is actually the aqueduct of the River Stour with a sign over there. But look at the beautiful scenery as I pan around to show you. It's really stunning. I'll tell you what a view. You can just see the River Stour is really flooded at the moment. I mean, parts down there was leaking into fields. We've had quite a lot of rain. I mean, by me in Haywood Junction, I've noticed the river was actually coming back up really high again. But what I love about it is the scenery with the trees, how it alleys all the way down into one big line. And the sounds of the wildlife, which is really relaxing. So there is quite a lot of history down the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. I mean, you can just see by the side we've got some little sandstone parts with a cave what goes right away in. Not too sure what that cave serves, but if I zoom in to show you, you can sort of see a cave entrance goes right away in with some doors. So it looks like it joined into the canal just from that part there. But if anybody knows what that's for, then definitely drop it into the comments. But what a view of that. It's just really spectacular just to see the view there leading right away over there. The canal was completed in 1771 for a cost that exceeded the authorised capital and opened to trade in 1772. It was a commercial success with trade from the Staffordshire potteries southwards to Gloucester and Bristol, and trade from the Black Country northwards to the potteries via the junction with the Birmingham Canal at Aldersley. I'll tell you what though guys, it's nice to get away from the built up areas and be in a place like this. It's just the sounds of the wildlife what make it so relaxing, just hearing the birds as you journey along the canal. But the scenery is just completely endless as you head over up to Swindon. There's so much to see. I mean, there's more old bridges and bits and pieces along the way. But I tell you what though, it's a stunning view, seeing the canal leading all the way around. As you journey all the way down, you can just get best of both views of the river and the canal. But look at that, you can just see both in the footage at the moment. So right, we've come to the first canal bridge, which is right away in front, just down to there. But you can just see the water right away to the top there with the Canadian geese right away to the back. But what's really stunning is the view right to the back over there with the farmer in the back field on his tractor and then the horses just onto that corner. But you can just see what I mean, the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal has some really beautiful scenery with fields, bits of countryside, and then the trees, and then the very old Victorian bridges like right away in front. So right, this is actually the first bridge. It's called Presswood number 34 bridge, leading all the way across. But you can sort of see it does look very old. I don't know what date it really goes to, but usually there is some dates on the bridges telling you what date it was actually constructed. But I can see it's actually been repaired many times with new brick underneath and some new bricks placed to the side. It's actually a little road leading all the way up into somebody's house right away to the back. But I love the architecture of it though, it's really cool. But look at this, it's absolutely stunning. I'll tell you what though, I love how the canal goes right away in between loads of trees like this. It's just stunning scenery, and that's what I like on a canal, is seeing bits and pieces going from the open parts to bits like this where nature moves in. But there is a turning round here. I'm going to have a sit down and a little bit of a break. Yeah, look at the view one more time right away in front. Ashwood is a small area of Staffordshire, England. It is situated in the South Staffordshire district, approximately 2 miles west of the West Midlands conurbation and the metropolitan borough of Dudley. Population details for the 2011 census can be found under Kimber. There are a small number of predominantly older scattered houses as well as a marina off the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. There is no nucleated village. The more built up nearby areas include Kings Winford, Stourbridge, Kimber and Wolverhampton. The nearest public amenities are approximately 1 mile away in Warheath village. Ashwood was formerly an area of medieval woodland and later heathland, bounded by the Smestow Brook, the River Stour and cultivated lands in Kings Winford. It was one of the medieval hays of Kimber Forest. it was managed by a bailiff who had a small farm at Prestwood by the service of keeping the hay. The hay stretched north to Wall Heath and east into what is now part of the built-up area of Kings Winford and Worsley. So right, looking back at the old Ordnance Survey map on Ashwood, we can clearly see there's a basin leading all the way through with a mineral railway what stretches all the way around to the back end of Kings Winford, leading to collieries and several bits and pieces. So it is quite cool to see that that basin right away to the back served coal mines. I mean, just right around the area once more, we can see that there's quite a few roads leading all the way across Ashwood, and not many bits and pieces really, apart from a few things like pumping stations, several roads leading up to Green's Forge, and looking further back, some little houses and farmhouses. So I can imagine back from then, Ashwood was pretty much more smaller than what it is now. But it's nice to see the canal stretching all the way up with another very old bridge right away in front. But just before we come into Ashwood, we've got another bridge right away in front saying Gothersley number 35 bridge, and then we've got a very old lock just right away to the bottom. But we can clearly see this one really does date old, just right around underneath it. We can just see how deep that really is, leading up to the next section of the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. And there it is, leading all the way across Ashwood Marina, stretching to the back areas where all the narrow boats are more moored up. You can see to the further back area there is another little bridge right to the far back corner there. So you can imagine back in the old days the mineral railway coming all the way from the back and loading all the coal onto this little basin here, coming all the way down the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. It is amazing to see that, and you know, when looking back at the old Ordnance Survey maps, you really do learn new things. But it's nice to see the marina for Ashwood stretching further back that way. I tell you what a journey. It's nice to come all the way down from where we come from the Stourton Junction, heading all the way up to Ashwood and then nearly to Green's Forge. But it is a very long journey, further than what you think, and you can just keep on going and going. But I will come back and cover Swindon and then cover the further back areas, because we've got the abandoned union works further to the back corner, which we can go and show you at a later date. But as we journey on, it just leads further into the countryside, but into the place called Green's Forge. But I am going to come back down to here, so stay tuned for the next part of the video, leading from Green's Forge into Swindon and then the further back areas down to there. But thank you very much for watching. I know it's not a longer video today, but I thought it's nice to get further down the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal, considering it is really cold as well. My bike battery can't really go further than normal. I'm freezing today. I don't want to stay out too long, but it's nice to come out for a change, especially on my week off, finding something to do while the weather's like this. So when we do get down to that section, we'll cover more history about the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal and learn you some new things. But that union works, there's a lot of history behind it once more, but I've never been to there but seen a few videos on the internet of it. But enjoy the rest of the cinematics and see you in the next part of the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal.